Good morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm Veronica Brandon Miller.
And I'm Kelly Davis Strasbaugh, and this is Goodwill, Minnesota's Good News, where we get to share with you some of the good that's happening in our community.
And there is a lot of good.
We always have so much good to talk about. I love it.
We do. Yep. We could go on and on and on.
We could, and we will. Every week, every Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. right here. So just to remind you, whenever you shop or donate at Goodwill, Minnesota, you help fund our mission, which is changing lives through the power of work. And it's as simple as dropping off your jeans. We're headed into a new season, right? Just kidding, we're in Florida, so it's basically still summer, just extended.
There's a cold front coming.
Okay. We'll talk to our friends at Essendon and see what they can do about the weather. But every time you donate, you help us place someone in a job. And we operate in 4 different counties: Hardy, Manatee, Sarasota, and DeSoto counties. So any of those 4 counties, when you go to Goodwill, Minnesota, you are helping local people have local jobs.
And it's great. Just think, anytime you want to keep something out of the landfill, think of Goodwill. Because we will turn it into jobs. And actually, we have one of our team members that we want to highlight.
I love this story.
I know. We love just talking about our team members because these are the individuals that you help provide a job to.
Yep, so this is Shay. She came to us. She was doing a work assessment at Goodwill. So we helped her. She got to try out jobs at Goodwill to see kind of where her skills were. And so she ended up being really great at customer service. So Loveland Center actually hired her after she was done with her trial at Goodwill. This is when she got her first paycheck at Goodwill, and she was so excited. She was like, I get more of these? And we're like, yeah, that's the power of work right there. So, and that was told to me by her, the case manager she worked with. But she's actually still at Loveland Center. They still have her there. So it's a great story, and I love that story.
Yeah, and we love when you donate and shop so we can tell you more of these great stories.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That is awesome. And we have an awesome group today on the show. So why don't we just go right into it? I am thrilled to introduce Linda Craig with Minnesota Operation Troops.
Support.
MOTS.
Just MOTS. Support. MOTS.
Right, MOTS.
MOTS is easier.
Exactly. And Jamie DiDomenico of Cool Today, Cool Energy, Cool Everything. Why don't you just change your name to Cool Everything?
I'm just trying to be cool every day.
Yeah, you are. You're nailing it. No Shave November, too. We'll talk about that.
Oh, too funny. So why don't we start with Linda? Talk about MOTS.
Well, MOTS was started by a father whose son was injured, and we serve now every Manatee and Sarasota troop. Someone has a family tie to our area, and we serve them and their families, because when a soldier goes to war, it's very lonely, it's very fearful, and it's also the same for the folks back at home waiting for them and worrying about them. So to do something really good to keep a touchstone for them, we have a packing party every single month. And anybody in the community can come and lay hands on all the goods that are in my warehouse that are all donated and pack a package for their own troop or some other troop. And then they get to come together with other people who are like-minded, who love our troops. They can be 3 months old, they can be 93 years old. They get to have that personal connection, and we put in a lot of protein, Cliff Bars, socks because you don't wash them, sweet things, sour things, special things for holidays that they miss back home. We take care of their families when they have new babies. A bank, we really do this with the help of the community. A bank just packed a whole bunch of baskets for babies, for newborns. We have toys coming to all our children. We supply all the school supplies for all of our veterans and their children. Any need that they have, we either answer it with the help from our community, or we refer them to, for instance, Goodwill Veterans Initiative. And I can hand them off, and you can do what I can't do.
But I love the partnership, and I know on the screen we're showing all the different boxes that they put together, and you saw the groups actually putting together the boxes. So how can someone get involved?
It's very easy to get involved. You can look us up on Facebook if you're a Facebook person, and it's Minnesota Operation Troop Support, or you can also just go online and you'll see stories about us. Today we're on ABC 7. We took 12 vets out fishing with Bob Harrigan, and we're always providing these kind of opportunities to keep these people connected. So You type in Minnesota Operation Troop Support. I answer my phone 24/7. We have a new flyer, a postcard that I shared with you that gives you everything you need to know. And we write grants. We get money from the community. We have to pay $15.90 for every box that we send. So right now I have a $1,000 bill sitting in my office waiting for the Thanksgiving packages. But this morning, a soldier's father, it's actually a soldier who's going into boot camp, but his dad I served while he was in Iraq, Afghanistan. He phoned us in with a $1,000 donation to send all these boxes.
Oh, that's great.
So it's really the power of the community, whether you give me $15 or your church sponsors a food drive, or, you know, we have to keep the lights on. We're like every other charity. We need money, but you can come and volunteer. We have volunteers at the Crystal Classic coming up, the sand sculpting event. We had people at the Rotary event last night at Michael's on East. People like that hands-on opportunity, and what we just did, and you saw so many things happening this Veterans Week with musical and helping, we do that every single day.
And I love the story you were sharing with me. Was it your son that you were sending a care package to, and he said, hey, you know, there's a bunch of guys in my troop that they don't have a family.
Get anything. And I hear this a lot of time from our troops, and they'll say, could you please send boxes to these two people, because they go to mail call and they never get anything. And to see the heartbroken look on their face. And so we say, sure, because it may not be a family member, but to them, that's their battle buddy, that's their bunk mate, and we feel a responsibility to them too. I wish I could send packages to every single person, but our mission is Manatee and Sarasota County with a family tie. And that's the other thing, when we go out in public, please bring us your soldiers with their addresses. It's free to the family.
And they can just email you.
Yes, or text me on Facebook. It's real simple.
Yeah, and I know we put up their website, but and what we'll do is just keep playing it. They're perfect. homeboundflorida.com/MOTS.
Okay, that's not my, that's not
But it goes to your site.
I don't know what that is.
It has your name on it.
Oh, I think that was an article that somebody wrote and then maybe
But
plugged us
it
in.
goes right to
But
your
yeah,
email.
Minnesota Operation Troop Support, or if you go to Facebook, it'll take you to my page vamp site.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter how you get there. As
That's
long as you
right.
get there.
That's
There
right.
you go.
No, I love that. I think it's so great to combine that family aspect too. Because I was reading a post, you know, everybody posted on Facebook for Veterans Day about either
Right.
being a veteran or knowing a veteran. And one thing we forget is the family that is also, you know, going through the, whether it's a deployment or whatever it is.
And
It's-
if a baby is
so-
born and there's no family around, they're not staying with their parents, they're away from home, you know, we make sure they get what they want. One of our babies needed a hearing aid mold, and for the National Guard, they weren't paying for it for another 3 months. I said, that baby is not going for 3 months without a hearing aid mold so that he can hear at the age of 12 months. And so if we can do it, we do it. If we don't, like I said, we reach out to the community, the VFW, the AMVETS, the Elks, you.
Goodwill,
yeah, it's really, yeah, I always call Goodwill first. And I shop there too.
Thank you.
So it's a community effort.
Now, when we were watching the different groups coming together, do they call you and like just get together? I think I saw the Girl Scouts. You know, they just can bring
everybody wants to come to our packing party. We have it one Saturday a month. Last month, we had 72 people show up. So the Girl Scouts will come to the packing party, or a team of people might ask, can we have our own packing party on a Thursday? So we'll do that too. But we're having our November 21st packing party is also our volunteer appreciation party. So we're making up over 100 gift baskets, which don't cost them anything. And we're hoping that a lot of people show up, but history has shown it's 100, but now we may have more than that. But for people to take the time at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning is very impressive to me, and it makes me very proud of my community. And it's a great way to start the day and go on and go to soccer, go have lunch with your mom or whatever. And the feeling that you get inside is like, yes, you know. So
and
it works.
So besides, so the November 21st, is that for the holiday mailing?
It is, but we've already done a lot of our Christmas because we don't know. Some of our packages get there in 3 days. Some take 3 weeks, and occasionally, like I just sent a cornhole game because somebody wanted that. And they have a lot of downtime, a lot of lonely time. That may take 3 months.
Wow.
We just don't know. And it depends on if they're at an outpost or if they're at an established base that has housing.
Now, you can always use donations.
Always. Every charity can.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. If someone wanted to donate items,
Correct.
what are you looking for again?
We're always looking for protein, which is Cliff Bars, which is a meal bar, beef jerky, Slim Jims, nuts are good protein, peanut butter is good protein, and now that they're in Afghanistan, we have a lot of canned meats, tuna. They're wanting that meat to add to their meals ready to eat to make them more flavorful. Even ramen noodles, because they like that crunch. They may not be the best thing for you and I, but these guys burn off so many calories.
You just described my pantry.
Don't down
Dried
ramen
meat and
noodles.
ramen, yeah.
I've never had a ramen noodle.
What?
No.
We'll have a cooking segment
12
next.
packages for $1.
Well, but it's giving them texture
Right.
on
Yes.
that food that they're heating up, and so
Interesting.
they get to tell me what they want. If they want a whole box just of Beanie Weenies, that's what they get. If they want a pillow, if they want a guitar, that's what they get.
Wow. How many do you have in the system right now?
Right now, there's about 38 that we've identified that are deployed. We know of many more, but they can't get packages because they're in Syria or they're in places where they're wearing beards and local clothing and can't get them. But we've served over 500 over the last 6 years, just local troops and their families. And it changes every day, every month, every week, so that's a big bookkeeping part of it. But we outreach, look for constantly new troops to serve. That's always a great day for us when we say, we find a troop. We were at Anna Maria Island, and we were set up at the beach and looking for people and having our little items. And a woman came by and she said, "My husband just left." And I said, "Is he in the 125th? And I said, "What's his name?" And she told me, and I said, "Oh, I sent him a box already." She said, "You couldn't have, he just left." I said, "Oh no, I have my ways." There's no master list to find these people, but I do have somebody on my board who's in with the National Guard. So he gave me, those 35 names.
That's fabulous. So what about letters?
Letters, I've had so many troops, and I'm not exaggerating. They tell me, if you can't send this protein anymore, if you can't afford to send the boxes, please, please, please do not stop sending the mail. They especially love children's mail. I will go to a school and spend the whole day and talk to every class about patriotism. And they get cards and they write, and I walk out with 500, 600, 700 pieces of mail to put in these boxes. And then these soldiers will send me a picture on Facebook, or I got letters today I haven't even opened in the mail, saying, "Thank you, here's a picture of those kids' pictures hanging up on my wall." One of the favorite ones is a little boy wrote, probably 2nd or 3rd grade, "Run, run fast, shoot, don't die." And kids get it. We can't pretend they don't get it.
Stop it. You're going to cry here. Yeah. I mean,
There's my moment during the
so
show.
I am challenging all our viewers to go on to find out how you can help with MOTS. Either packing party, if you're a school teacher, get your kids together, write letters, or even consider a donation to keep this going, because it is such a vital part of our community. And thank you for
you're
everything
welcome.
you and MOTS are doing. It's fabulous.
Oh my gosh. And that's a great way for your kids to improve their handwriting. If they have
Yes,
bad
it is.
handwriting, make them write a couple letters. And,
Yes, it is.
And it'll, drill some sense
They
into
know how
their
to
heads.
write.
Yeah,
They need to.
Oh,
That was great. I love it. That was
Love
a great
it.
story. That was awesome.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
So now, Jamie, you got to top this.
Tell us about babies and troops.
I love Linda.
I know.
I met
Jamie's a
Linda-
very
I met
good
Linda,
supporter.
4 or 5 years ago?
Wow.
Through Maverick on 106.5. And we did a big fundraising drive. They needed a little boost. And it was a big success back then. And she's doing great things. In the
Well,
community.
you're doing great things too.
Yeah.
And
I'm just part of it.
we love everything you're doing. And in fact, you're going to be hearing way more than an owner of Cool today.
It's pretty cool.
Because it is pretty cool.
pretty cool.
He's the coolest.
He's the cool.
And then let's talk about all the companies you own, and then I'm going to go right into You are Mr. Corporate Social Responsibility. Love it.
Well, I'm owner of Cool Today, Plumbing Today, Energy Today, and we're all kind of one company with 3 different trades, one roof. Company's been around since 1963. It's been part of the community, the Manatee, Sarasota community, for 53 years. And when I moved here 11 years ago, I was caught up in the community feel here. I moved from the east coast of Florida, not such a tight community, to the west coast of Florida, which is much tighter community. And my mission was not just to develop a successful company, but a successful company that works inside the community, not just through the community. And there's a difference. There's a lot of companies in the community that are just there, and they've been there for many years. And they do a good job, and they do a good job for their customers. But they have to question themselves, what else are they doing? What are they doing to make their surroundings better, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, after the profits are counted and all that, what are you left with besides money? And that's the question you always have to ask yourself.
And it's funny because I'm like, does he have a real job? Because I see you out in the community every day, and it's always helping another organization advance their mission. You are one of the most philanthropic people I know. So I applaud everything you're doing because you took your business and the culture and everything. In fact, I was at 106.5 yesterday dropping off something for Lulu and Maverick, and one of your servicemen were there. And I just came in and I go, by the way, I love Jamie. And he goes, he's the best. I guess you just had a picnic for everybody.
Yes.
And it exudes. The culture that you've created is going even beyond you. It's to everybody, because he was talking about how he was helping with Toys for Tots.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing. I wish we could model you all around the community, because it is. And I know we've been showing some pictures. Which was that picture? Was that?
That was
There it is.
that's our pink truck that we designed in partnership with Sign Zoo for Breast Cancer Awareness Month for October, and I think that was at Evie's, a big ACS kickoff party there in the beginning of October, and I'm also the chairman of the Boys and Girls Club, and that was a school shopping event we had, and that young gentleman there he's in the 11th grade, and we the person in the previous picture, Christine, had sponsored 25 kids to go school shopping. Wow. And I was there supporting them as an officer, and he got to spend $100 on school supplies, and he bought some things for his brother. Oh. It was awesome.
Well, and then let's just talk about what you do for Goodwill. Besides being an amazing ambassador, I love the fact that when we sat down with you to talk about our Veteran Services Program, Jamie sat at the table and said, I want you to send me every veteran who's interested in going into electrical, plumbing, heating, any of this, and I'll get them an interview right away. I mean, it wasn't, oh, let's go through red tape, and here we're giving Jamie an award on never wearing that dress again. But anyway, so everything you do.
Face.
Yeah, if you notice, he's got some extra.
Is it the November, No Shave November?
Yes, I'm trying to bring some awareness to. I know prostates are not as much fun as as the other one, but I'm just trying to grow something to recognize it, and we're halfway through November and about a quarter of the way through a beard.
Yeah.
So I should be okay by Christmas.
Very debonair. But back to talking about how wonderful you are,
okay.
Because I could literally go on and on. The fact that you do have this wonderful partnership with Goodwill and willing to hire veterans and everything you do for us, it's just amazing. I've never met someone that I can just easily pick up the phone. You're easily available, and you care so greatly about this community. But you do have a deep sense of caring for veterans. Where does that stem from?
I grew up, I'm not going to say how old I am, but I grew up in the late 60s, early 70s, and it was a tumultuous time in the country. My dad was a veteran. My uncle was in D-Day, He was in the 101st Airborne. And my other uncle was in Korea. And I have a nephew that's now serving. And so I've been surrounded by veterans my whole life. And I've met many veterans throughout my early career. And I still have this, this belief that some of the better parts of America are in uniform. And I don't think that's changed. And if you look at the people who come out of the armed forces, they are some of the finest people you'd ever meet. So I'm a believer in, you know what, they're sacrificing, their families are sacrificing, and the corporate community needs to recognize that. And I think they've done a pretty good job in the last 10 years doing that. And so, yes, it's a belief that I have. And that's why we do things like we were waving on Veterans Day on the corner of on several corners throughout the community. And I know there's a lot of parades going on, but there's still veterans going to work. So it's nice to stand out there in a high traffic community, just have a banner and just wave and say thank you and send out messages to them, and help veterans through partners like yourself, through MOTS. You know, if there's a need, a veteran has a need, we need to fulfill it. Not everything's going to be fulfilled by the government, and that's been proven out, right? And some of these folks need some help. And it's got to be a private-public partnership to make it work.
Absolutely. And, you know, using you as a role model, Goodwill recently had an independent study done finding out who is doing it right, who is actually hiring veterans in our community. And it was a shock to find out that not many people are taking this opportunity, and they feel they have this stigma of PTSD. And you were one of the very top companies who said, you know, I'm hiring these folks. And you were on a panel at the State of Employment Luncheon.
Yes.
And I loved everything you said, because they're already trained as leaders. You're just flourishing them to the next level.
They're great workers. I mean, you know, everybody has their baggage. I mean, if I was surrounded by combat, war, I think I would have some issues when I get back. But I think all issues are meant to be overcome.
Yeah. And again, with a caring community like Linda and Mott and what Cool Today and Jamie are doing, it's bringing this to be a wonderful community, wonderful.
And I think, you know, we've talked about it before, but I remember you and I have had a conversation about how you get people in a room. We have such amazing resources in Sarasota, and for so long I feel like people just talked about what they could do, but like Veronica said, Jamie's someone you can just call and he'll actually help establish a plan. Okay, well, what can we do about it? Let's do it. And it just seems like he's got good corporate social responsibility, which is Veronica's favorite thing to say.
I love to talk about it.
Because it's so important, but you're right. I'm like, one time I interviewed you for a press release and I was like, why do you give back? And you're like, because it's what we should do. And I was like, well, that makes sense.
It does.
So it's just
not everyone.
It's simple.
Not
It's like
everybody
ramen
thinks that
noodles.
way.
It's very
Yeah,
simple,
like ramen
but it's
noodles.
good.
But Linda hasn't had those, so that'll be after this. But no, it's just nice to see business owners actually giving back. And we were talking to a reporter recently, and he's like, well, what about an economic downturn? What do you say to employers that don't think it's important to give back? And I'm like, that's how you keep loyal customers, is you want to see people giving back and doing right. And you are doing so many great things. And we appreciate that.
Great point. I'm a conduit. Great customers provide the ability to do that, and great people that work in my organization, and a lot of them are veterans. We have about 35 veterans working for us currently, and I'm looking for more.
Perfect.
Call Jamie.
Yep.
We will train.
Call Goodwill.
Yeah, we'll connect you.
We will train. So it's a great thing when you could have a win-win-win. A win for the veteran, a win for Goodwill, a win for our company. It's awesome, and you know, you guys have a great model. People say, hey, you partner with Goodwill. Tell me about them. I said that they're a great model because it's an entrepreneurial nonprofit. And I said that's a great model because, and you really live up to your mission. The power of work, you know, and getting people back and getting them employed and getting them help through the power of work. I mean, you know, the best charity in the world is a job. I know that sounds contradicting, but it's true.
Hand up, not a handout.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that he can state our mission.
I know.
That makes me so proud.
I know.
I hear it all the time from Veronica.
That's our
I
goal.
just
And
throw it in. Good morning.
Yeah, our
Power of
viewers
work.
should know it too. So there's going to be a quiz after this. But no, I think it's great. I love
Again,
it.
thank you for everything you do. And when you are ready to run for mayor, I will be your campaign manager. I'm just throwing it out there.
All
We
right.
could go for president too. Just
I won't be
skip-
controversial, I promise.
Okay.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. But anyway,
The other shoe just fell.
no, the other two just fell. Okay. And since this is the week of Thanksgiving,
Right.
we are thankful for many, many things, including Jamie and Linda, but for everyone who helps giving back to our community. So thank you for, what are you thankful for?
I have a mental list. I'm thankful for, first of all, again, I want to bring back to the community because I was born and raised in this community and I didn't realize the depth of the giving. Okay, see right there we have our Veteran Services dog tags. I almost made dogs plural. Dog tags. And so if you are a veteran, you can actually get these at Goodwill. I think we ask for a $5 donation for people in the community if they'd like to purchase them. But I'm thankful for Goodwill. I'm thankful to work for a company that is so invested in helping our veterans that we partner with other people. If you're a veteran and you need help, you can contact Goodwill. We have a 60-page resource guide. If you need anything, we'll help you get it. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful knowing that we have organizations we have business owners like Jamie Domenico that we partner with. We have organizations like Mott's and Goodwill. We connect and we try to help all these veterans and make them have a good Christmas and a good year round. I'm just thankful for so much. I could literally talk all day and I know I'm talking fast. So I'm trying to
Yeah,
slow
but
down,
anyway, back to those
the
dog
dog tags.
tags. 100% of the proceeds from the sale of those go back to the Goodwill's Veteran Services Program so we can help veterans reintegrate back into the civilian workforce. So here's some pictures, and I'm going to shout out to Barb McSweeney, who designed these lovely dog tags. She's one of our Goodwill ambassadors, barbmcsweeneyjewelry.com. And again, 100% of the proceeds help support veterans. And again, we're thankful for great people in the community.
It's such a loaded question. You can't ask me what I'm thankful for because I could just go on for days.
What are you thankful for, quick?
I'm definitely thankful for the community because without them, I could not do what I do.
How about you?
I'm thankful for my wife and kids who makes it all possible for me to do what I do.
You do have a beautiful family.
Thank you.
And I follow you on Facebook. Not stalk, I follow. I follow you on Facebook.
I follow you
is
back.
such a harsh, stalking is such a harsh word. And we're thankful for our viewers.
Yes, and thanks for tuning in every Sunday at 9:30. And we love the mail. We love when you write and tell us what you love about the show or what you want to hear. And actually, the next show, we're answering somebody's question. But again, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving and blessings to all.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.